Hello, this is Tim with Hei-Ti Creations. I'm going to try to do just a real simple little solar generator for home. And I'm going to use something that we get from Harbor Freight, which is a Jupiter 1000 watt power inverter and a 100 watt solar panel kit. I'm going to utilize these to make my very simple solar generator. So looking at the back of the box, you can see all the components that come with the 100 watt solar panel kit. So we have pretty much, we have the solar panels, which are 100 watt, 4 panels. There's all the wiring, there's also the controller and a couple lights, and then we do not have a battery, so we're going to need that. And we're also going to need a cart or something to carry it around with. So what I plan to do is just use some things that I have laying around the house. One of them is I'm going to need a piece of plywood, which I have right here. I'm going to mount all the components on the plywood. The other thing that I will need is a cart. I have this hand cart right here I want to use. And then I have my deep cycle battery that I use for my boat motor. So I'm just going to utilize that. So we'll get together here and start putting things, mounting it on our board. I already have the controller on the board. And I'm going to start mounting the rest of the pieces to it. And then I'll end up eventually mounting it to the hand two-wheel cart, and we'll kind of take a look how this works, and we'll give it a shot. My goal is to have everything on that cart, including the panels, so I can roll it around to wherever I want and plug it in and be ready to go. So let's get started. Okay, this is what I have so far. The battery just sitting there at the bottom. You can see I have an angle piece, which I will brace that. And then I have again my controller mounted to the board, and then also the inverter. And then these two lights come with the Harbor Freight 100 watt solar system. So I wanted those to have access in case I wanted to plug a light in and light up wherever I'm at. And then this is gonna get mounted to this cart. But I want everything kind of temporary. So when I mount it to the cart, I want to make it where I can take it on and off quickly, because what I plan on doing is having a thing here to hang it off the wall or off the back of my camper, or inside my garage. Even if I want to run something inside the garage, if I don't have power, I can plug something in. So I want to plan to be able to take this off, hang it up, put it back in the cart to roll it around. So that's the plan. We'll keep moving and we'll see what it looks like in the next step. Okay, here's where we are again. Like I said, I'm using just scrap pieces of wood that's laying around, so I had some OSB. Now the idea again is the battery's going to set right down in here, like you've seen earlier video. And then my solar panels are going to set right in front of the battery, right in this area right here. So I built some angle pieces here to give it strength for the bottom for the battery, then also side pieces to hold the solar panels in, and I'm going to add some more pieces right here. I'm going to add them up in this area. Everything is screwed together, number 6 1 5/8 inch length screws to give it strength. And I'm going to add these other pieces up in this area here, and I'm going to do a cross member for the solar panels to lean against as well. So we'll come back in a few minutes. You can see how that looks. Okay, so here's the finish of the rough up of what I wanted to do. So I got this cart. I believe that was it was either Menards or Harbor Freight. It does fold up. It's a pretty lightweight, but this is not going to be that heavy. The battery is pretty heavy itself, but overall that cart can handle it pretty easily. And again, I wanted to be able to use my cart for whenever I wanted to, so I wanted to make this temporary where I could put it on and take it off of the cart. So that's why it's sitting there like that right now. You can see I have all 4 of the panels in there. So we'll be able to take this cart around wherever I want to. The panels are setting down in here. Sorry for the fast movement on the camera angles there. I can just take each one of these sets out. So take the 4 panels out. You can see the battery mounted in the bottom. I don't have all the wiring yet because I have to go get number 2 gauge wire from my inverter down to the battery. I'm going to temporarily try it with just some jumper cables, but that's not the best way to do it. But I'm going to give that a shot here in a little bit. So you can see the tray to hold the solar panels and some side panels on top there that hold those in place. Well, I'm going to try to see if I can show exactly how I hook it on the cart now. Might be a little difficult to see. I don't have the quite the right camera angle and everything. But how I did these solar panels, again, if you look, they're facing each other. So these 2 are facing each other. These 2 are facing each other. And I just have a cord here, just a nylon string, that I'm going to take and wrap around each one of the solar panels. Got knots on the end, and the way this card is made, there's a nice little notch right there for it. Pull it back, nice and tight, and then voila, that's onto the card. Now it's nice and secure, and I can roll it around anywhere I want. And then take it off and still use the cart if I want to. I believe that'll work just fine. Eventually I'll paint it, I'll sand it, paint it all up, and get it cleaned up a little bit and make it a little nicer. But looks like that should work just fine. Give it a little view. You can see how those knots kind of go right in between the handles there on each side. Again, this was all made with just stuff I had laying around the house. Just wanted to see how it would come out. Thanks for watching, and eventually maybe I'll post a thing on how this is all finished up, what it looks like, and also how it works. Thanks again.